You know, it's honestly impressive at this point how bad 343 has been at just making Halo games. I'm not going to lie to you, I still am a fan of Halo. I'm still a fan of Halo Infinite, believe it or not. But with the recent news released about Season 3, about the future of this game, the very dim future that it looks like this game is going to be having, I honestly have lost most of my faith with 343, and at this point, I don't blame people for feeling like and thinking that somebody else needs to be making Halo games now, because it's clear that 343 at least doesn't learn from their mistakes, or they just have no idea what they're doing. I'm tired, man. I'm honestly so tired of having to continuously bitch about this game. Halo Infinite, when it first came out, had so much potential. It came out in November of 2021, and it came out alongside Vanguard and Battlefield 2042, two games that, in my opinion, are absolute garbage, total shit, if you ask me. So the fact that 343 never capitalized on the potential that Halo Infinite had when it first came out, it completely boggles my mind. I really don't get it. And at this point, especially with what they were talking about recently with the developer interview that I'm going to leave linked in the description, they were talking about Season 3, they were talking about the future of this game, the very bleak future that it has. And honestly, man, it's a joke what 343 is doing. It really is. I'm trying my best not to sound like an asshole in this video, but you also have to understand that when a development team, especially with the franchise as beloved and as respected and appreciated as Halo, when a development team continuously makes the same mistakes, doesn't improve, and is just an absolute joke of a development team, if we're going to be honest, the fans are going to sound like assholes. The fans are going to get frustrated. They're going to get annoyed. And honestly, rightfully so. Because while I don't condone or encourage any type of toxic behavior, going out of your way to personally attack developers or just be really out of pocket with it, obviously I'm never going to condone any of that shit because that's totally stupid. When it comes to criticizing a development team as a whole and calling them out for their bullshit, I think that's totally okay. And I hope that that's the message and the overall vibe, I guess, that you can get from this video. I'm not trying to personally attack anybody. I'm just being real, because at this point, Halo Infinite is dead for a lot of people. It's no longer in that space of, oh, it could be dying, or in the future it could be dead if something happens. No, dude, for the reality is this game right now, for a lot of people in the Halo fandom and even outside of it, is just completely dead. If you look at the numbers on Steam, the number of concurrent players, it's nowhere near where it was when it first came out. It's nowhere near that at all. And it's never going to get back to those numbers unless 343 really starts to step it up and really starts to speed up the amount of content that they're pushing out and at the rate that they're getting it out. Because honestly, at this point, man, it's just a joke. Really, and it's so disappointing, and it's so confusing to me, man, because I'll be honest, I didn't play 343 Halo when it first came out. Like when MCC came out, Halo 4, Halo 5, I didn't play those games made by 343 right at launch. I got the MCC 2 years after it came out. I don't even own Halo 4. The only way that I've played Halo 4 has been through the MCC, and while I own Halo 5, I've only put like a tiny amount of time into that game, so I can't really speak on how it was when it was relevant during its life cycle or how it is now, because even when it was somewhat relevant, I barely played Halo 5, so I can't speak on those games. But in terms of Halo Infinite, before this game came out, I was really excited for it. I was looking forward to it, and I knew that this was going to be the first time I bought a 343 made Halo game at launch. And I saw a lot of people being really pessimistic, being really defeatist on social media before Infinite actually came out, talking about how they expected 343 to let them down, how they expected 343 to just be on some bullshit all over again, the same way that they were with Halo 4, Halo 5, and the MCC. And while I personally didn't want to think like that, I wanted to go in with an open mind. Naturally, I've always just been more of an optimist, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to look at the bright side of things. Nah, man, when I look at Halo Infinite now, I totally get what those people were saying. It's a complete joke, the way that this game has been totally mishandled, the way that this game hasn't been supported properly at all, and the fact that this game is supposedly still classified as a quote-unquote live service game, that is obviously not true at all. This game is the complete opposite, total opposite of what a live service game is. The way that this game has been supported, or the way that it hasn't been supported, I should say, goes to show just how much of an opposite this game is to something like, let's say, Fortnite, that's an actual live service game, or Apex Legends, games that are continuously updated and supported with new content and fixes and stuff like that pretty regularly. So the fact that this game has none of that, the fact that this game now going into season 343 confirmed that they're scrapping offline split screen co-op, the fact that it's just getting rid of things like that have always been part of the pillar core experience of Halo, that's bullshit to me, dude. It's a joke. Honestly, it's completely unacceptable, and I don't understand how 343 hasn't managed to learn from their past mistakes, from the past games that they've made. It's not like Halo Infinite was the first game that 343 made. No, dude, they made Halo 5, they made the MCC, they made Halo 4, and again, while I can't speak on those games when they were in their prime or in their ultimate relevancy, in terms of now, yeah, the MCC is amazing now. I talked about that in the last Infinite video I made too. I talked about how the MCC, regardless of how it was when it first came out, you look at that collection now, it's amazing. It's really like the premium Halo experience. If I were to point anybody to Halo right now, I would tell them, no, don't play Halo Infinite. Go play the MCC, especially if you've never played Halo, because that is an amazing collection with tons of things to do, and it's actually been pretty well supported in recent years. But it wasn't always like that. And I see some people sometimes on the internet talking about, well, if we just wait on Halo Infinite, you know, it's going to get to that point of the MCC. Just wait on Halo Infinite. Wait on 343. You just got to give them some time. And I get that. I get the idea that, yeah, making a game takes time. Look at me, dude. I'm just some dude on the internet talking shit. I don't know anything about making a video game. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to animate. I don't know how to do any of that. All the things that they do, I'm completely ignorant to. But what I do know is that in the past, when Bungie was making Halo, we got amazing Halo games pretty much every time. And yes, while I know Bungie Halo also has some points of contention, and there's a lot of things that people like to debate and discuss about those games, what could have made them better, why they weren't as good as they could have been or should have been. When you look at 343's Halo track record, it's no, dude, it doesn't compare at all. Bungie clears them easy every single day of the week, regardless of how the MCC is now, regardless of how Halo 4 or Halo 5 might be now. When we look at those games past, when we look at how they were when they first came out, it was a joke. And you look at Halo Infinite, it's the same shit repeated once again. It's a joke. Halo Infinite has good gameplay. Yes, I still have fun with this game. I still enjoy this game. And I'll be totally honest with you, I understand that I have to wait for this game to get to where I know it can be, to where I've always seen the game going, the potential that Halo Infinite has. Again, going back to that potential. But the problem is, if 343 continues to just take forever to get basic shit in the game, to just finish the game, dude, because let's be real, this game still isn't done. The fact that Forge isn't here, the fact that offline split screen co-op got completely scrapped instead of actually being finished and added into the game the way that 343 said it was going to be pretty much for like a year since the shit came out. The fact that these core features of Halo, things that used to come with Halo games day one out of the box, aren't here, goes to show you that 343 hasn't even finished Halo Infinite. And this, honestly, this game should have been delayed a whole nother year, maybe even a whole nother 2 years. Can you imagine how good Halo Infinite could have been if they would have said, you know what, we're delaying the game to 2023 because we're just not done and there's just things that aren't finished that need to be here. Dude, we'd be getting Halo Infinite with all the things that we know Halo's supposed to have straight out of the box day one. We could have had a complete finished Halo game day one with Halo Infinite if it would have been delayed. Obviously, that didn't happen. Obviously, the reality of Halo right now, the reality of the game is that, yeah, we're still playing the waiting game. We're still waiting for 343 to get their shit together to finally step on it and actually get the content out. Because keep in mind, even though they had their recent developer interview that I'm going to leave linked in the description, they're still not bringing a lot of content to this game. By the time we reach the end of Season 3, I think we're only going to have like 1 or 2 BTB maps added to the game, 1 or 2 more, and a couple of multiplayer maps, literally probably just like 1 or 2, and I think 1 or 2 weapons. That to me, dude, that, come on, what is that? That's a joke. That's such a small amount of content for such a long time of waiting for the fans. We're waiting for this game to get where we know it could be, to get where we know it should have been at launch. This game should have been complete at launch. This game should have been capitalizing on all that potential, but it didn't. And that's what's such a shame to me. Apart from that, you see so many people from the Halo fandom now, rightfully so, dude. They're talking shit about 343. They're asking for 343 to get fired. They're just saying, you know what, I've uninstalled this game. Or, you know, some people are even saying that they uninstalled this game months ago because they knew that 343 was going to be on some shit once again. And honestly, to me, man, it's a joke. Really, it just comes down to that. I don't understand how 343 hasn't managed to learn from their mistakes. It's been the same mistakes that they repeated with other Halo games all over again with Halo Infinite, man. You would think that they would have learned something from now. You would think that, but they haven't. And at this point, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, if I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't. If you look at Halo as a whole right now, the whole franchise, it's not really doing too good. Obviously, I can't speak on actual sales numbers or how much money the actual franchise is bringing, because at the end of the day, that's what corporations care about. They don't care about quality, they care about money. So when it comes to how much money Halo's actually bringing in as a franchise, I don't know. But if you look at the recent things that they've been releasing, like with Halo Infinite, the Halo TV show, 2 products that really let the fans down. If you ask me personally, I still haven't even seen the Halo show because I refuse to watch that shit. I know it's horrible. As soon as I found out they were deliberately going against all the established lore from Halo that had been established for years, I was like, dude, what's the point of even watching that? I don't want to see an original take on Halo. I want to see Halo adapted into a TV show. But they didn't do that, and they let me down personally. And when you look at Halo Infinite, it's pretty much something similar, at least. The game came out, it had so much potential. I thought it would really capitalize on that, especially when you look at the fact that this game was released, once again, against those 2 piece of shit games, Battlefield 2042 and COD Vanguard, 2 games that are really bad in my opinion. And Halo Infinite came out there as the clear outlier, the clear winner. But it didn't capitalize on the potential, and that's why the game is where it's at right now. Apart from that, or along with that, you also have 343's incompetence and their stubbornness, and just the fact that they're so damn slow to getting content out for this game, to getting things done. And again, I understand that it takes a long time to make a video game, dude. I'm just a dude talking shit on the internet. Again, I don't know anything about making a video game, but I know what a good Halo game looks like. I know what a great Halo game looks like when I think about games like Halo Reach, Halo 3, ODST, the games that really helped form my childhood when it comes to the games that I was playing and the memories that I made with some of my friends along the way. I look at those games, I think about those games that were actually finished at launch, games that actually had everything out of the box day one. And I look at Halo Infinite now and I'm like, dude, what the hell happened? I don't get it. It can't just be, to me, it's not as simple as Bungie versus 343. There has to be something else. I just don't know what it is, if I'm going to be honest with you. But as of right now, it's clear to me that 343 is just completely mishandling this game and completely mishandling the IP that is Halo. It's a joke to me. It's a shame. And honestly, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know where Halo Infinite's going to go from here. I'll tell you honestly, me personally, I have no reason to play Halo Infinite until Season 3 comes out. I haven't even really touched the game since Season 2 came out. And while I did try to get some new gameplay for this video, I had some fun. But again, I don't really have any reason to play this game consistently, at least until Season 3 comes out, or at the very least too, until I see some more content put into this game, maybe even before Season 3. I don't know. Honestly, at this point, I don't know. I just know that 343 really needs to get their shit together, man, because it's a shame. And it's sad. Above all, it's just sad. Because it goes to show that Halo has, at least right now, kind of lost its way. Regardless of how much fun Halo Infinite can be. Because I'll give credit where credit's due. The game is still fun. The gameplay is still pretty good in my opinion. It's just the lack of content. The lack of content, the lack of communication, and the lack of just stepping it up, man, from 343. They gotta hurry the hell up because they're taking way too long to get things into this game, to get the game finished even. But with all that being said, I honestly really don't know what else to say. I'm just really disappointed and really just over it, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So don't really expect any more Halo content, at least for the time being. I don't know if anything else happens, or if I think of anything else, I'll get it out. But regardless, for right now, I'm just really disappointed in Halo Infinite and really disappointed in 343. But my name's Nico. Thank you so much to all of you guys for watching this video. You already know what to do. If you liked the video, if you agreed with me, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts with me. What do you think about Halo Infinite? What do you think about Season 3, Season 2, the game in its current state right now? Just let me know your thoughts. Thanks again to all of you for watching. My name's Nico. You already know what to do, and I'll see all of you in the next one.